Hey guys, it's Kristine Mirelle with Starving Musician's Guide, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about dealing with the haters. Let's go! So let's talk about how you get haters. So some of you maybe are just minding your own business and you're just going to work every day and you have people at your work that don't like you or talk about you, or maybe people don't like you because you're really great at something, or maybe you have something that they want. I mean, there's so many different reasons that people can be haters. And you know, in my case, I love to make these videos, especially for musicians and stuff. And when you decide that you want to do something really big, like you want to do something bold, like you want to be a musician, or you want to be a singer, or you want to start a band, or you want to kind of do something that's really cool and fun, people are immediately going to start hating, and they're going to be like, who does this girl think that she is? Or she can't do that. And a lot of that just comes from people, like, they want to do it. And so the fact that you actually went out and decided, I'm going to do it, makes them hate on it right away, because they're like, well, I never did that, and that was something that I wanted to do. How dare this person feel so confident enough for them to actually go out and do it? Like if you decide that you want to lose a bunch of weight, or you want to start a business, or maybe you want to be a motivational coach, or maybe you've gotten really religious all of a sudden. I mean, there's a million different things that you can do that are going to like really spark people to be like, have you noticed what, you know, Kristine is doing, or do you know what Bobby's been doing lately? Did you see this? Did you see his Facebook? Did you see his Instagram? You know, or maybe people are like workout freaks and now they're like all muscular, and people will just say stuff like, oh, look at this guy, Mr. Hercules, or whatever it is. And with musicians, you know, with me, people have always been like, oh, you're so full of yourself. And I used to get so many emails. I mean, like, especially when I first started out, I would get like really bad stuff where people would be like, I hope you get raped with a broomstick, and I hope you die, and I hope like you get set on fire. Like really, really terrible stuff. And I'm like, what did I do? I'm just making music. I would just be like playing the piano, just minding my own business, just singing some tunes, and people would be like, I hope your dog dies. And I'm like, what does my dog have to do with me playing the piano? And how did I make you that mad? What does my little dog have to do with? No. So I think it's just really important that you understand that you're gonna get haters. It's gonna happen, especially if you're doing something really incredible. So once you understand that and you realize that it's nothing that's wrong with you, it's something that's wrong with everybody else just because you're out doing something great, it helps you to deal with it more. And there's this really great quote that I love that Einstein said. He says, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. And I thought that like really, really sums it up, because you're a great spirit, you're out there, you're a go-getter, you're going for it, and people are like, I don't like that. Why? What did you do to them? They have no reason to not like you. The other thing is to try to understand them. I think once you understand people and where this like opposition is coming from, where all this hate is coming from, it also creates something different inside of you. Because I knew this story. There was a woman who was on a train, and there was this guy, and he had his kids, and his kids were like jumping all over the place, all over everything, and she's like, God, this guy's like a terrible father. You know, and she finally looks at the guy and she's like, yo, dude, your kids are everywhere. Like, what are you doing? And he looks at her and he has the saddest look on his face, and he goes, I'm so sorry I didn't notice this. He said, we just came back from their mother's funeral. I'm just not really here right now. I'm not really present. And he gathered the kids and got them together, and it immediately changed the woman, of course, because she's like, oh my God, I didn't really know what he was dealing with, obviously. For people to lash out at you, for people to like be super haters and be like, I hope violent, terrible stuff happens to you, or you suck, or whatever it is, they're going through something. Like they're going through something. There's something that's causing some sort of unrest in them. There's something happening here, internally, spiritually, that you know that if they knew you, you're a cool person, right? You're not doing anything wrong to anybody, so there's no reason why these people should hate on you. You just know that there's something up with them, and there's something that you don't know, and I bet if you really dug through it, you wouldn't be so angry with them or hurt with them, or what they're telling you isn't going to hurt you so bad, because you're going to understand that it's coming from a different place. It's not coming from a place of love, and it's not coming from a place of even dislike towards you. It's not personal. It's something that's coming from dislike within themselves. People don't always know the situation, and they're going to hate on you. Like they might see your Facebook and Instagram, and somebody might look at, you know, a like my Facebook and be like, oh, her life is so easy. But really, it's because I'm not going to be posting every moment that I'm having a terrible time, because I'm staying positive, because I'm looking forward, because I'm being optimistic. So I remember when I first moved to LA and I didn't have any money, and I was using couchsurfing.com and staying with random strangers that I met, because I didn't have anything. I had tons of credit card debt, you know, everything was in my car, and you know, just it wasn't, I didn't have an apartment, I didn't have any place to go. And I finally found this kitchen that I was living in. So I was living in a kitchen, like a stranger's kitchen that I found on Craigslist. And So I was sleeping there. I mean, it was ridiculous, you know, tile floor, there's the stove and the refrigerator and all that stuff. If you've watched some of my videos, you know more about it. But I remember I finally got this gig performing at a hotel, and they put me on a billboard in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard. And I thought that was the coolest thing. It was right under Beyonce. So there was Beyonce with a Pepsi bottle, and then there was me. And I thought that was so cool. And I thought if anybody sees this, they would have no idea that I'm sleeping in a kitchen right now. They would have no idea that this girl that's on this billboard has no money, is barely moved to LA, no friends, like just figuring out her life. I cried myself to sleep every day because I was so, you know, like, what am I going to do with my life? But, you know, for them, they're going to think, you think you're all that because you're on a billboard in Hollywood. But really, I'm looking at the billboard like going, if people actually knew what I was really going through, like that looks like I really got my life together. But no, I don't. My life is not together at all. So I think it's really important to understand that I don't understand you and you don't understand me. I don't know what you're going through. You don't know what I'm going through. So, you know, if you tend to get, you know, upset by people hating on you, then always keep that in mind. Or if you're a hater, which I was when I was younger, oh my God, I was super mega hater. If anybody was doing amazing, I would just be like, well, has bad hair. You know, there was just something that I had to like come up with that, you know, because I wanted to do what she was doing. And so I have to always keep that in mind as well. People are just going through stuff that we don't know about. 3, let's talk about why we even care about the haters right now. Okay, let's understand this. We've spent our whole life like trying to figure out like how to get approval from everybody else. I mean, think about it. You're in kindergarten, like trying to get an A, or you're trying to have the best project. You're trying to get that little sticker that shows that you're a good little student, or you're, you know, good little Timmy, good little Mary gets her good behavior award. You had to ask for permission to go to the bathroom. You had to ask for, you know, permission to do this, and you were given all these rules, and you can only dress like this, you can only do this, you can only talk when your hand is raised. You know, you can't, you know, if you're a girl, you have to sit a certain way. And if you're a boy, you have to be tough. And, you know, there's all this stuff that you were told that you have to do to be a good boy or a good girl. And as that got older, you were told that you have to go to school and you have to get married and you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to have a house and you have to have a car, blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, we're going, but what do I want to do? And we don't think about that. We just think about what everybody else tells us that we're supposed to do. We think about the media. We think about, okay, the media says I should buy this. These commercials that I say that I need to own that or this. But what do I want to do? And so what's really hard is this is why we care, though. We care because our whole life has been revolving around, you know, us getting approval from other people. So we're like, okay, if we have haters, we're doing something wrong. But we're forgetting that it's not us that's doing something wrong. There's something wrong with them. If they don't know you and they're just hating on you and you're not doing anything to hurt anybody, or, you know, you're just not doing anything wrong. You're just minding your own business, working, starting a business, or maybe you're making some improvements in your health, or you're a musician, whatever it is. These people are just coming at you because of issues with them, not with yourself. So we get to this point where we need all of this approval from everybody else. So we're like calling people like, hey, should I take this gig? Should I perform like this? Should I take this job? Should I go to college? Should I date this guy? Should I break up with this girl? Whatever it is, we're asking everybody else what they think, and then we'll make a decision based on what they say. But really, at the end of the day, like if you take that job, or let's say you wanted to be a musician and this whole time you like pursued like something else. You went to go become a teacher or an accountant or whatever it is, but that wasn't what you wanted to do. At the end of the day, you're going to spend your whole life doing something that you didn't want to do because everybody else said that you should do it, and you're going to be like, I'm not even happy anyways. Why didn't I just pursue what I wanted to do? But we're out trying to get approval from everybody else that we don't even make decisions until we ask other people. And the whole point of this, of what I'm talking to you guys about, is we have to figure out stuff for ourselves. We have to figure out why we even care about haters, and we have to eliminate that and be like, really, at the end of the day, it doesn't even help us. Because does it really help that you went to school to do something that you didn't want to do? No. In fact, it really like made your life suck. And there are no bad decisions here, guys. If you make a decision and something doesn't work, all it means is you've had an opportunity to learn. And I remember reading this really great quote from Edison. And Edison, when he created the light bulb, you know, he famously tried like 10,000 times or something, and everybody's like, oh my God, you tried 10,000 times to create this thing. And they're like, how did you keep doing this? How did you fail at this 10,000 times? And he's like, I didn't fail 10,000 times. He said, I learned 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. So after he learned how to not do it, guess what? He eventually figured out how to do it. And that's exactly what's going to happen with you guys. Don't be so worried about failing. Don't be so worried about messing up, because the thing is, for me, like, if you know anything about my story, I spent 8 years trying to figure out how to turn what I love, which is performing music, into a living. I couldn't figure out how to make any money. I was broke. It was really, really terrible. I figured out all the ways not to be a musician and try to make a living. It took 8 years. It took a long time. But after that, wow, now I know all the ways to make a living. Now I know all the ways to travel and get paid to do what you love, to get to go to resorts, to get to do all these amazing, incredible things through music, because I learned all the ways not to. 8 years of failing at something, I eventually got good at it. The other thing to keep in mind is, who are these people hating on you? So sometimes you're looking at these people, they're like their opinion matters. But if they don't care about you and they're not really trying to do anything to help you in your life, why does their opinion matter? So we need to really, really keep in mind who these people are, what their intentions are, and really keep in mind that, there's a lot of people that are just like, they tried to do something in their life and they failed at it, so they're going to tell you that you're going to fail at it too. And there's this quote that I love. It says, don't let people that failed at following their dreams tell you that you can't follow yours. So let that sink in. Don't let people that failed at following their dreams or failed at achieving their dreams let you convince you out of following yours. Really, really consider why they're telling you this. Are they telling you this because they really care? No. If people care about you, they're going to encourage you and they're going to be loving towards you. Or maybe if you are trying to do something that's a little crazy that maybe you're not good at, and a person is like loving you, like a mom is telling you something like, hey, sweetheart, maybe you should try this or you should try that. At those times, yeah, you can consider what they're saying, because this is like your mom. This is like your best friend, or this is somebody who actually cares about you. So you can think about it like, okay, let me think about what they're saying. Maybe I do need to come up with a different approach, because sometimes that is true. Sometimes we think we're really good at something and we're not, but we need to get honest opinions, not from the haters. Because the other thing is too, some of us just need a shift. Like, I've met some musicians that wanted to sing and they tried so hard to sing and they kept failing at it. They're like, I suck at music, but really they're a fantastic guitar player. So all they needed to do was shift their mentality and focus on what they were good at. And when somebody could sit there and tell them, hey, you're fantastic at playing guitar, you're fantastic at producing music, stop trying to sing. That's not your forte, and that's okay. But you are amazing at this, so let's focus on that. And then they can go on and be successful and be great. But those are the only people that you want to listen to. Anyways, people that have good intentions for you, not haters, not people who are just trying to bring you down because they're down. And the other thing just to keep in mind is, a lot of these people are going to hate on you just because you're doing something that they wish that they could do. And I'll be completely honest, because I'm guilty of this. I remember when I was younger, I was at this club, and this girl, she was like a heavyset girl, and she walked in and she was wearing this like super cute dress, but it was really revealing. And I remember thinking, she has no business to be wearing that. And I was being such a hater. And then I realized, I sat there because it didn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be a hater. And I tried to reflect on myself, and I went, why am I hating on this girl? This girl, one, has done nothing to me at all. So then I saw, and I'm sure she was a nice girl. Like, why was I hating on this girl? Really, I was so insecure with myself that really all that came down to it is, I was like, how come this girl, who in my mind, if I had been put on some weight, I would not feel confident with myself enough to do that. I would not love myself enough to do that. And at the time, I was like a size 1, and I didn't even love myself then. I had issues. I had issues with myself, and I wouldn't have worn that tight dress that she was wearing, and it was cute. She looked great, and she was confident, and she strutted her stuff, and she walked in like she was $1,000,000. But for me, I was like, I would never do that if I were her. But the truth was, I wouldn't even do that as me, because I didn't even like who I was. So I was being total drinking haterade, and just not, giving this girl the love and admiration that she deserved for loving herself and feeling confident. So a lot of these times, people are doing the same thing to you. Sometimes you're doing something that they're just afraid to do, and they're like, how dare she? So try to understand that, because then it'll make you not be so angry with them, because you'll just realize that there's stuff going on with them internally, again, not with you. I could keep going on this forever. I have so many thoughts on this, but I'll leave one last thing with you guys, because this is getting long. But I would say that the last thing that I would suggest, if you're trying to do something that's really big and bold, and it's hard. It is hard when you're trying to get out of something. Or I come from a small town, and I had a lot of people going, you can't do that, you're from a small town, or you're this, you're that, you can't do that. I had to not listen to a lot of those people. And what you need to do is you need to surround yourself with people that are similar to you. So whether you need to go to like Google and go to like Meetup is a good place to do that, or Facebook groups is really good for that. You need to find people that have similar goals as you, because they're going to understand you, and they're going to understand what you're going through. So you're going to be able to like laugh about it, like laugh about, the hate that you're getting. You're going to be able to laugh about the emails that you're getting. You're going to be able to laugh about it, and you're going to be able to share, and you're going to be able to recognize each other's struggles, and you're going to be able to be there to support each other. So I would recommend doing something like that, like finding a support group, finding friends. Facebook group has been really great for me whenever I'm trying to do something. Meetup is really great. Find people that have similar interests, similar mindsets, similar goals, that are going through the same thing as you. All right, everybody, I'm Kristine Mirelle with Starving Musicians Guide. Make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I post tons of videos and I posted tons of stuff on how to get paid, doing music, doing what you love, making music, exclusive interviews, all that good stuff. If you would like a free training on how to book a paid show within 7 days, make sure to go to bookagigfast.com, where you can sign up, put your email address in there. You get automatically added to the mailing list where you're gonna get free videos every week and opportunities to work with me directly to get your career in music started. I also have my book available. At the time of this video, it is up for pre-order, but if this is, within the next 4 weeks, it's gonna be done. So it'll be available for order. Check it out. It's in the description link where you can check out the book, Starving Musicians Guide. Guys, it's everything that I learned in those 8 years where I was struggling to have spent the last few years performing sometimes 400 shows, paid shows in a year, getting paid to do what I love, experiencing amazing things. I would love to share with you how I did that. So make sure to go to the link, check it out, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Adios!